Should we go swimming today? Is that a yes? Okay. So the swimming pools have literally in the last week reopened in Sweden, which I do find really weird because the museums are still closed. And what's the difference between going to a museum which is sparsely populated, hardly anybody there, and going to a crowded supermarket like ICA or Co-op or Willys, where there's, you know, people packed in there, and yeah, people are all social distancing, but still in a museum you're hardly being social with people. In a museum you're staying away from everybody and, you know, generally keeping your distance. So I do find that quite weird. But the swimming pools are open again, and that at least is a positive. Now, of course, it does depend on what part of Sweden you're in. Some parts of Sweden the swimming pools won't be open yet. And in some parts of Sweden, like here in Skåne, the museums are still closed, which is such a shame. But we're going swimming today, so that'll be fun. What's your favourite bit about swimming, Elle? Is it the water slides or is it swimming?
I like big water slides. Big
water slides. Should we try and go on one today?
Yeah.
Okay, deal. So we're packing our bags, ready to go. Ellis has already got his swimming goggles on because he is Super Swimming Boy today. Well done. Shall I help you put them on? Let's see. Wow, that's cool. Now you might be thinking, well, is swimming really a good idea for not getting COVID, etc.? Well, according to the CDC, the Centre for Disease Control and Prevention, there is no evidence of shared recreational water spreading COVID. So it is odd that the swimming pools...
Papa!
Yeah? Why have you put them down here? We need to put them in the bag. Right, put them in here.
Okay.
Good boy. So I guess, you know, although you can't catch it from the water, you could argue, well, you're still in a place with lots of people, but no different to being in a supermarket, really, as long as you're careful. And also there are lots of controls. So although they have reopened where we are in Sweden, in Skåne, there are lots of controls. So for example, only a maximum of 4 people in any of the sauna areas, the big sauna areas, where you'd normally have maybe 20 people. And the shared small pools, a maximum of 2 or 4 people. So they have opened very carefully. And it's, you know, it's a relief as a parent because you need stuff to do with your kid and places to go and things to do with them that they love doing. I just really hope the museums reopen here soon. Some of them have actually reopened, but not all of them. It's such a shame. Who's in there? Good boy. But people are still clearly very confused and they a little bit irrational as well, actually. I saw a lady the other day in IKEA wearing a mask below her nose. People who don't wear masks seem to know more about how to wear a mask than the people who seem to have this elitist attitude and still don't use them properly. She had it below her nose. She then took it off, not from the ears, but took it off like and put it face up on the table in IKEA while she sat and stuffed her face with meatballs. Bizarre. And I keep constantly in supermarkets seeing people wearing their masks incorrectly or constantly adjusting it, pulling it up and down. I saw another man, an old man, pull it down onto his neck whilst he was talking to somebody. I mean, that it just defeats the object of wearing a mask. And, you know, it's a placebo. It's a false sense of security if you don't wear it properly. In fact, it's worse because if you've had your neck exposed all day, potentially you've got droplets of COVID on your neck, and then you pull your mask down onto your neck and then you put it back up onto your nose and your mouth. That's giving yourself direct contact with the stuff that you're trying to avoid. Really, really bizarre. Towels, check. No point folding them, is there? But then on the other hand, and then I see the really elderly, you know, like the 80, 90-year-olds out and about in IKEA or supermarkets or wherever, and I feel like saying, please wear a mask. You know, the people who really are vulnerable and actually shouldn't, I know it's awful to say, but really should be staying indoors away from everybody because they are risk group, you know. But it's people are just confused. People just don't know anymore. Anyway, bags are packed. We're ready to go. Isn't that a song? And Ellis, are you ready to go swimming? Swimming?
Yeah.
Yeah! Okay. Comment on this video below if you enjoyed this content, hit the thumbs up and share it. It's always good to get a broader perspective of opinions. And yeah, Have a good weekend, folks. So just as a little update, we're at the pool now, but unfortunately we're having to wait because they're limiting it to 50 people at any one time, which makes sense, but they've limited it to 3 hours. So the 50 people could be in there for 3 hours, and that means only 150 people in the whole day. I think under grounds like this, it'd be nice to limit it to maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours each, so that at least they've got more turnover of people, but it is what it is. We have to accept it and we'll get to go swimming eventually. We'll update you later. Bye bye.